So let's talk Lucid Motors, the situation that is developing with the potential for a gamma squeeze and a short squeeze all at the same time. Why do I say this? Because Lucid Motors has been coming down since we were approaching our resistance level at about $28, $29. This has really set us up for that next leg up instead of running up all the way into this major catalyst, which is the delivery date for the Lucid Airs, and then essentially selling off after. That is called buy the rumor, sell the news. It looks like a lot of those people that were really buying the rumor have already sold out of the stock, and we are seeing significant buying going in on the option chain, leading to a significant amount of open interest in the next couple of weeks, as well as we do see a lot of short interest and a very interesting thing happening with the Ortex data. So that's what we're going to go over in this video. Break down this catalyst if you are still unaware of what this major catalyst is. Like I already said, the delivery date, as well as the technical analysis, the Ortex data, and this video off with my position and what I plan to do when Lucid Motors goes through this short squeeze. So to really understand, besides just the data of how many people are actually buying options, which is incredible, leading to the potential gamma squeeze, as well as the short interest, how many shares are being sold short into the open market currently, you really have to understand the whole buy the rumor, sell the news effect. We were seeing that. We were seeing a lot of anticipation. We were seeing a lot of volume go into Lucid Motors really after we broke $20. We went up 35% in last week's trading. That is unsustainable if we did have this news come out. Let's say we went up 35% last week. On that Friday, we got that news that did come out. We would have likely not seen a big pop based off of the news, because you have seen a lot of people that were buying the rumor and have sold the news. So like I said in the beginning of this video, I think you likely have seen a lot of people that were planning to do buy the rumor, sell the news have actually sold out when we have seen this healthy pullback going from about $28.24 now down to $25.43. We needed this consolidation phase before we do get this announcement that Lucid Motors is going to be starting deliveries on a certain date. As we do know, that is likely coming sometime in October. It may happen in November. Highly unlikely that it does happen in December, either the middle of October or the beginning of November, in my personal opinion. And this does align quite directly to what we are seeing on the option chain with the October 15th expiration date, seeing substantial amounts of open interest. But little bit of the technicals. Now that we are sitting at about $25, this is really the level that you want to watch for, since we did see so much price action back here, really fighting up and down over $25 for a significant amount of time. You really want to watch to see if we stay above $25 per share. This is a healthy pullback retracement level to see this support start to kick in, and I think you are seeing this. There's just still a lot of people that have been watching Lucid Motors ever since we did see this major sell-off and then this rebound, specifically over about the past 2 weeks. So all in all, it's looking very good. We are well above our 50-day and 100-day moving averages. If we do come down, we are likely to come down to this 100-day moving average, which is at $22.49 per share. We would likely get a lot of support right there, so I will go ahead and mark that right here on the chart. That is where we really had to gap up last time, $22.50 per share. As soon as we seen that, we seen a lot of buys going in for Lucid Motors, really seen that gap up a couple of dollars. So that is really your worst case scenario, I think, as of right now. Obviously, watch this about $29 resistance level. If we do get this announcement, which could come out any day, I think you're likely to break that now that we have seen this downturn. So that is essentially the thought process of why this is actually being a good pullback and why this is healthy to see this short squeeze and gamma squeeze. But there is also a lot of great things going for Lucid Motors. Obviously, if you guys are invested in the company, you watch Lucid videos or do your own research, you know that Lucid Motors has a vehicle, their Lucid Dream Edition and their Grand Touring, which is verified by the EPA 100 miles more than the longest range Tesla. So if you want a long range EV, specifically the longest range EV in the world, and you probably not ever have to worry about your battery dying on you and not being able to go fill up a gas can and you guys know what I mean, then you're going to be forced to get a Lucid Air. That has been a lot of, restraints around a lot of people that do want to get electric vehicles. Is what if they break down? What if you run out of battery because you forgot to charge it the night before or a couple days ago? And there's also just other great news about price targets that have been coming out for Lucid Motors, for the majority speaking in between about $25 and $35. So definitely a lot of reasons for Lucid to be rallying. But let's talk about the potential for the short squeeze and what is interesting about the Ortex data. So you are only seeing 9.17% of the short interest percentage of free float. Keep in mind, a majority of these free floated shares are held by long-term institutional investors. So I don't ever think this short interest is going to go very high, even though you are seeing a huge drop in the share utilization, which the share utilization, if this is at 100% like it basically was 7 days ago at 99.22%, that means the available shares have already been lent out. If you're at 100%, there is no available shares that could be lent out to then be sold short into the marketplace. The lower this number is, the more percentage of shares that are available to be lent out. Now we are currently at 79.86% share utilization. So this means there is a lot more shares that could potentially be sold short into the open market. So we are likely to see the short interest continue to climb. I'm pretty much chalking this up to the share price has went up a lot very fast. So why would you not sell the stock short? I have sold calls as well. So a lot of people have the same thought process. Even though I'm not directly shorting the stock, still we will talk about that when I get to my position. But the free float on loan is 12.64%. That is essentially the percentage of the free float that is out on loan but not necessarily sold short yet. So I like to think of this, what's the difference between the short interest percentage of free float at 9.17% and the free float on loan, which is 12.64%? Typically you see about a 2% difference. So in my opinion, you're likely to see the short interest go to about 10.5%, which would be a great thing for a potential short squeeze. But 9.17% in and of itself is not a very large amount of short interest. What is a large amount is the amount of shares that are sold short at almost 50 million. Think about today's volume. We only seen what was this, 38.7 million volume for the day. So that is all of today's volume going in as buys to cover these shorted shares, and 10 million additional shares, all, like I said, going in today as buys to cover on these shorted shares. So a very significant amount relative to the volume that we do typically see on a daily basis. And if we do see a huge increase in share price, you're likely to see some of these shorts covering. But mix that with the potential gamma squeeze that we are seeing, it looks like we're going to see a big move to the upside. This is the October 15th expiration date, because this is, in my opinion, the most likely time frame that you're going to see an announcement about deliveries going out. But it is the most active expiration date in October, or the next one that we do have, period. So you are seeing at the $26 strike right out of the money at 18,593 for open interest. This controls about 1.85 million shares that would have to be bought by the market makers. And overall, this is telling you guys that a lot of people think Lucid Motors is going to be going up in value by October 15th. But you're also seeing a lot of open interest in between this $26 and the $30 strike as well. 4,200 at the $27 strike, 4,600 at the $28 strike, not as much at the $29, which is to be expected. 1,400 at the $30 strike. You're seeing about 15,000 for open interest. So these right here, the $30 strike and the $26 strike, are big amounts of open interest. This is telling you guys that a lot of people think Lucid Motors is going to be going higher, as well as I should not forget to mention, or fail to mention, the $25 strike, which is now in the money at 21,538 for open interest. That controls 2.15 million shares that would have to be bought by the market makers. So all in all, and this isn't even like, we're not even in October yet, so we're going to see a lot more contracts start to be purchased on this expiration date the closer we do get to this expiration date. So all in all, I do think this is all great news for Lucid Motors. I think this is going to have enough buying power mixed with the short squeeze, the gamma squeeze, and just people that want to invest in the company. Once they legitimize and actually start delivering vehicles and producing actual revenue, I think this is all going to culminate into a massive rally with Lucid Motors. If we do break this $30 resistance level to the upside, then we are looking at some massive price increases. After that, you're looking at your next resistance level at about $33 per share, and that is what I will be watching for. If we go to $33 per share, that would be an incredible move to the upside, and I would not complain with that whatsoever. That looks like the most likely scenario once this news is actually announced, in between $30 and $33 per share. Now, as to my position, I do have a market value of $7,626, total return of about $1,200, up 18.48%, average cost $21.46 on 300 shares, 21.83% portfolio diversity. Do not recommend anybody do that. This is the largest by far position in my portfolio. I am just very confident in Lucid Motors. But like I was saying, I do have a Lucid $40 call that I did sell 3 of these. So I agreed to sell all 300 shares at $40 per share by October 15th if Lucid Motors is above $40 per share. So this is a passive income strategy that we like to implement in the buy and sell alerts, link down below in the description. If you guys want to be notified every time a trade is bought or sold in real time with stock, options, or crypto, that is the place to be. But like I said, I don't think Lucid's going to go to $40 by October 15th. Like I said, $30, $33, even $35, very much possible. $40 is possible, and if I do have to sell 300 or all of my shares at $40 per share, I would make about $6,000 on my position, not even to mention the options that would then expire worthless that I do have. So that is that trade. I didn't tell you guys what I collected. $129 for doing this, $43 per option, and Lucid did go up a lot after I did purchase this. This was when Lucid was at about $26 per share, but it has since come down, and I am now positive almost 7% or $9 on this trade. Also, I do have a Lucid 1750 put that I did sell, which is bullish. I did collect $137 for doing this, put up $1,750, agree to buy 100 shares at $1,750 if Lucid Motors is under this this number 1750 by this expiration date, which is again October 15th. I did collect $137 for doing this, up $123 or about 90%. Only $14 left in this. I'm going to let it completely expire, so I will collect $137 up front and release my $1,750 collateral. So that is the situation revolving around Lucid Motors. I think there's going to be a massive rally once this news is announced. Keep in mind, I'm not a financial advisor, not a financial planner or your dad, so ultimately take in this information and this due diligence, come to your own conclusions, and really have your own plan on what you want to do with Lucid Motors. I am personally investing in Lucid Motors for the long term, so no matter how high Lucid does go, if it goes to $200, that is my price target for about the next 3, 4, 5 years, then I would sell out my shares. If we don't go to $200 per share, and which is virtually impossible, then I won't be selling my shares. I will continuously buy Lucid Motors on a monthly basis. So that is my plan. That is the situation revolving around Lucid Motors. Drop that like on the video. If you guys like the video and want more videos like this, consider subscribing to the channel. Check out the links linked down below in the description for the buy and sell alerts like we already went over, as well as to support the channel and get totally free stock with Public and Webull. Also, if you guys want to support Madison on her journey back to recovery, that link is linked in the description for the GoFundMe. More details on that in that GoFundMe page. So with all that being said, guys, I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your weekend, and I will see you in the next video.